Arthur, a retired schoolteacher of 74, had always prided himself on his discipline and vigor. Every morning, just as the sun began to cast its first golden rays over the quiet suburban streets, he would lace up his well-worn walking shoes. His daily 5-mile walk was more than just exercise. It was a ritual, a promise to himself to stay active. For years, this routine had filled him with energy and a sense of accomplishment. It was his way of greeting the day. It was his way of clearing his mind. It was his way of keeping the stiffness of age at bay. He cherished the familiar route. Lately, however, something had shifted. The familiar post-walk invigoration was being replaced by a profound, lingering exhaustion that clung to him for the rest of the day. Instead of feeling ready to tackle his gardening or spend time with his grandchildren, Arthur found himself needing a long nap just to get through the afternoon. His knees, which had carried him faithfully for decades, now ached with a dull, persistent throb. The energy he once drew from his morning constitution seemed to be draining away, leaving him feeling more depleted than revitalized. He started to wonder if he was simply getting older, if this was the inevitable decline he had been walking so hard to outrun. He tried to push through it, believing that perhaps he just needed to try harder. He added an extra loop around the park, extending his walk to nearly 6 miles, convinced that more effort would yield better results. But the extra distance only deepened the fatigue. The joint pain in his knees, the joint pain in his hips, the joint pain in his ankles. The simple pleasure of his morning ritual was slowly turning into a daily chore, a battle against his own body that he felt he was beginning to lose. Arthur's story is becoming increasingly common, a quiet narrative unfolding in the lives of countless seniors. For decades, the message from doctors and health experts has been consistent and clear. Walking is a cornerstone of a healthy lifestyle, especially as we age. Low impact, accessible, effective. Improve heart health, manage weight, boost mental well-being. Countless studies have reinforced this belief. This advice has been embraced by millions. However, a more nuanced understanding is emerging from geriatric medicine and sports science. Doctors are now asking, can there be too much of a good thing? For individuals over 70, excessive, high-volume walking might be counterproductive. Long, strenuous walks day after day on aging joints, aging muscles, and connective tissues can accelerate wear and tear, chronic inflammation, fatigue, rather than improved fitness. This perspective doesn't discourage activity. It redefines optimal activity in your 8th decade and beyond. The warning is against more is always better, shifting from quantity, like hitting a specific step count, to quality and variety of movement. The body's ability to repair changes with age. Exercise routines must adapt. Balance is the core of this warning. A 1-mile walk, rejuvenating. A 5-mile walk, potentially depleting. Find the sweet spot that stimulates without overwhelming recovery. Listen to the body's signals. Ensure exercise remains a source of health, not harm. To understand why excessive walking can become problematic after 70, we must first appreciate the profound biological changes that occur within the aging body. After this milestone age, the body's repair and regeneration systems operate more slowly. One major change is sarcopenia, a decline in muscle mass and a loss of strength. Less muscle means less shock absorption for each step, so a long walk puts more strain on the cartilage, ligaments, and bones. Cellular repair mechanisms that were fast in youth begin to slow. After strenuous exercise, the body repairs microscopic tears in muscle fibers and reduces inflammation. Younger people recover more quickly. Seniors have a longer, protracted recovery. Hormones that aid repair, growth hormone, testosterone, decline with age. Recovery windows lengthen. What took 24 hours at 50 can take 48 to 72 at 75. Daily long walks can therefore cause accumulated fatigue. Connective tissues change too. Cartilage that cushions joints, especially the knees and the hips, loses water and elasticity and becomes thinner and brittle. Ligaments and tendons also get stiffer and less pliable. Repetitive stress from long-distance walking hits these weakened tissues. That can accelerate degenerative changes like osteoarthritis, where protective cartilage wears down, causing chronic pain, stiffness, and reduced mobility. Finally, cellular energy production in mitochondria declines. An older adult's daily energy budget is smaller. Long, demanding walks can deplete that budget, leaving little energy for essential functions or other activities. This explains the bone-deep fatigue in people like Arthur. It's not lack of willpower, its physiology. Recognizing the signs of overwalking is the first and most crucial step toward adjusting your routine for better long-term health. Your body is an intelligent system that provides clear feedback when it is being pushed beyond its capacity for recovery. One of the most common and immediate signals is persistent joint pain. Not the mild temporary soreness, but a nagging deep ache in knees, hips, ankles, and lower back that lingers for more than a day or two. If your joints are constantly aching or feel stiff and painful, especially in the mornings, it is a strong indicator that repetitive impact from long walks may be causing harm. Another primary symptom is a pervasive sense of fatigue that is not relieved by a good night's sleep. This is different from the pleasant tiredness after a moderate workout. This deep-seated exhaustion can affect your mood, your cognitive function, and your motivation to engage in daily activities. If you feel drained for hours or the entire day after your walk, it's a red flag. This type of fatigue suggests your body is expending too many resources on recovery and failing to return to a state of balance. Changes in your sleep patterns can also be an important clue. While moderate exercise is known to improve sleep quality, over-exercising can have the opposite effect. It can lead to difficulty falling asleep, frequent waking during the night, or waking up feeling unrefreshed. This is often due to an elevation in stress hormones like cortisol, which can remain high when the body is in chronic stress from too much physical exertion. Finally, pay attention to your overall performance and mood. You may notice a decline in your walking performance itself. For instance, you might find it harder to maintain your usual pace, or the same route may suddenly feel much more difficult. These are not signs of weakness, but important signals to take a step back and reassess. Embracing a smarter approach to fitness after 70 means diversifying your activities to build a more resilient and balanced body. While walking remains a good option in moderation, it is crucial to incorporate other forms of exercise that address the key physical challenges of aging: muscle loss, declining balance, reduced flexibility. One of the most valuable additions is water-based exercise, water aerobics, and simple swimming. Water's buoyancy reduces impact on knees, hips, and spine. Ideal for people with arthritis or joint pain. Water also provides gentle resistance, helping to strengthen muscles across the body. It's cardio plus muscle toning in a safe setting. Another low-impact cardio option is stationary cycling, upright stationary bike, or recumbent stationary bike. Recumbent bikes give back support and are easy on knees. Control resistance and duration precisely. Tailor workouts to your fitness level at home or the gym. Don't underestimate simple, purposeful movement during the day. Gardening, dancing, Tai Chi. Tai Chi is often called meditation in motion. Slow, flowing movements enhance balance, improve flexibility, and build lower body strength. It calms the mind and reduces stress. Integrating these enjoyable, functional activities keeps activity natural and joyful, supporting physical and mental well-being. The goal is a well-rounded routine that supports your body without repetitive strain from excessive walking. These alternatives are safer and often more effective for functional fitness. This diversified approach builds a truly resilient body that supports your independence and quality of life for years to come. As we age, preserving and even building muscle mass is arguably the single most important thing we can do for our long-term health and independence. Strong muscles act as the body's natural support system. They protect our joints, improve our metabolism, and provide the power needed for everyday movements: getting out of a chair, carrying groceries, climbing stairs. Gentle strength training, also known as resistance training, is the key to combating the natural muscle loss of sarcopenia. This doesn't mean you need to start lifting heavy barbells. Simple, effective exercises using your own body weight or light resistance bands can make a world of difference. A great place to start is with exercises that target the large muscle groups of the lower body and core. These are crucial for stability and mobility. One of the best and safest exercises is the chair squat. Simply stand in front of a sturdy chair. Practice sitting down and standing back up without using your hands for support. This movement strengthens your glutes, quadriceps, hamstrings. These are the very muscles that support your knees and hips. Aim for a set of 8 to 12 repetitions, focusing on slow, controlled movements. For the upper body, wall push-ups are an excellent and safe starting point. Stand facing a wall, about arm's length away. Place your palms flat against it at shoulder height. Slowly bend your elbows and lean your body toward the wall. Then gently push back to the starting position. This exercise strengthens the chest, shoulders, and arms. without putting any strain on the wrists or back. Another valuable tool is a set of light resistance bands. You can use them while seated to perform bicep curls and rows. These are fantastic for maintaining upper body strength needed for lifting and carrying objects. The key to successful strength training at any age is consistency and proper form over heavy weight. This gentle approach builds a stronger foundation, making all other movements, including walking, safer and easier. As we journey past 70, maintaining good balance becomes just as important as cardiovascular health or muscle strength. A decline in our sense of balance is a natural part of aging, caused by changes in our inner ear, vision, and proprioception, the body's sense of its position in space. This decline can increase the risk of falls, which can have devastating consequences for an older adult's health and independence. The good news is that balance is a skill, and like any skill, it can be improved with regular practice. Incorporating simple balance exercises into your daily routine is a powerful, proactive step toward a safer and more confident future. One of the simplest and most effective ways to begin is with the single-leg stance. Stand behind a sturdy chair or next to a kitchen counter, holding on for support. Slowly lift one foot off the ground just a few inches, and try to hold that position for 10 to 15 seconds. As you become more comfortable, you can challenge yourself by holding on with just one hand, then with just one finger, and eventually by letting go completely. Always make sure you have something stable nearby to grab onto if you feel wobbly. Another excellent exercise for improving dynamic balance, the kind you need while walking, is the heel-to-toe walk. Imagine you are walking on a tightrope. Place the heel of one foot directly in front of the toes of the other foot, taking slow, deliberate steps. You can do this along a hallway in your home, using the wall for light support if needed. This exercise challenges your stability and coordination in a safe, controlled manner. Stretching and flexibility also play a crucial role in maintaining good balance. Gentle stretches for your calf muscles and hamstrings are particularly important. For example, a simple calf stretch against a wall can improve ankle flexibility, allowing for a more stable and natural walking pattern. By dedicating just a few minutes each day to these simple balance and flexibility drills, you are making a profound investment in your own safety, preserving your independence and the freedom to move through the world with confidence and grace. Making significant changes to a long-established routine can feel daunting, but experts agree that the key to success lies in starting small and being patient with yourself. Instead of completely eliminating your daily walk, simply modify it. For example, if you are used to walking for an hour, try cutting it back to 30 minutes, and use the remaining 30 minutes to perform some gentle strength exercises and gentle balance exercises. This strategy of habit stacking, linking a new habit to an existing one, makes the new behavior much easier to adopt. Finding an enjoyable activity is another critical piece of advice from geriatric specialists. Exercise should not feel like a punishment. If you dread the thought of using a stationary bike, you are unlikely to stick with it. Explore different options until you find something you genuinely look forward to. This could be a local water aerobics class where you can socialize, a Tai Chi group that meets in the park, or even a dance-based fitness class for seniors. Creating a safe and inviting environment for your new activities is also essential for building a lasting habit. If you plan to do strength and balance exercises at home, designate a specific space for it. Make sure the area is well lit, make sure it is free of clutter, make sure it has a sturdy chair or countertop nearby for support. You might consider purchasing a comfortable exercise mat or a set of colorful resistance bands. Finally, listen to your body and embrace the concept of flexibility in your routine. There will be days when you feel energetic and days when you feel tired. On high-energy days, you might enjoy a slightly longer walk or an extra set of your strength exercises. On low-energy days, perhaps a few simple stretches or some gentle balance work is all you need. The goal is not to follow a rigid, unyielding schedule, but to move your body in a way that feels good and supportive on that particular day. This intuitive approach to exercise is far more sustainable and respectful of your body's needs, ensuring that your fitness journey remains a positive and lifelong endeavor.